Hey guys, welcome back to another episode with the Crazy Faith Podcast. It's your host, Jasmine Todd, and today we have an incredible episode with Trayvon Bromell. Before we get into conversation, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Agogie. Agogie has pioneered the resistance band apparel industry, creating pants that personally have taken my training to a whole new level. With 8 resistance bands built in, the pants will increase your training intensity and guarantee to improve your overall performance. Get faster, get stronger. It's as simple as putting on the pants. So once again, thank you Agogie for sponsoring this episode, and get ready to tune in, guys. I hope you enjoy the episode. Hey guys, welcome to the Crazy Faith Podcast. This is your host, Jasmine Todd, and I am here with Trayvon Bromell. Hey Trayvon.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, like the TikTok.
You know I love some TikTok. So I'm going to give a little background on you really quick. I've got my little beautiful cheat sheet over here.
Okay. Let's see what you got.
So this is Trayvon Bromell. He went to Baylor. Scoducks.
Anywho.
Trayvon specializes in the short sprints. His personal best time in the 100 is 9:84. He is the 11th fastest 100 runner all time. At the age of 17, Trayvon broke the high school 100-meter record by running 9.99 seconds. That man is very fast. This is why you see Bullet Bromell. Between 8th and 10th grade, he broke both of his knees, his forearm, fractured his hip as a result to on and off track antics. We're going to be diving deeper into that, and I can't wait to hear some of that. Actually, let's get into this because some of these other facts I think we'll kind of cover. So,
Sure.
Trayvon, we're going to start from your childhood because, as I mentioned, you've dealt with some major injuries, man. So can you talk us through that and what happened and what was your mindset during this?
I feel like my first injury was obviously the shell shock. I was doing like flips and stuff, like back flips and front flips and everything. I think at that time, like a lot of people wanted to like learn how to do it, and anybody who could do it, you kind of got like some clout from it. So I think we was getting ready to make a video because the year prior we made a flipping video when I want to say we were about like 12 or 11. I want to say around that age. We had made a video, a lot of buzz got caught from it. So the next video was like, okay, we gotta go harder. Like we gotta do some crazy stuff people don't really see, kids our age doing. So I went to do like a front flip over one of my friends, and when I landed, I kind of was just stuck in like in a crouch position. I couldn't move, but I didn't know like it was because of an injury. And when I went to stand up, I fell. So I was like, okay, something wrong. Obviously at that age, I didn't know it was an injury. I was like, okay, what's going on? Am I paralyzed? Like, what is happening? So that was like a big scare. So with that one, that kind of was obviously the breaking point, starting point of all the injuries. Because obviously, as we know, with athletes, being athletes, you compensate and things like that. So at my age of being 12 years old or so, like my mindset is like, okay, what do I do from here? Got better as the time went by. That following year came and I was in basketball. I stole the ball and I was going to go to the basket. And next thing you know, kid came up and kind of like knocked me in the air. Next thing you know, I kind of like blacked out and I woke up and yeah, it was the ambulance and, the medical staff and everybody was there. And I looked down, knee was kind of like pushed upward, like towards my thigh. And I was like, okay, this is not good. I'm like another knee injury. So that's when I was like, oh yeah, sports, it might just not be for me. Um, then I kind of still gave it a try. Third year came up, and that's when the hip and the forearm situation came into play. Was in the 100, first meet back from all them injuries previously. And as soon as I came out my drive phase, it was hip just fractured, and I just jumped to the grass and landing wrong on my arm just because I'm freaking out and everything. It was just too much. So that was kind of the rundown with the injuries. But yeah, it was back, now you really don't see the full leg cast and stuff now, but back then I was like full leg cast from hip to foot.
Wow.
Like, so basically I went like full year, got out for a couple months, got back to doing sports, and then back into another leg cast. And then obviously with the hip, unless it's something where it's just like your whole lower limbs just not going, they're not going to put you in a cast for just like one hip side. So I was literally kind of just bed rest like at the time. So I was just bed rest, crutches, couldn't really move the hip like that until it was properly healed. So yeah, that's kind of the rundown of the injuries.
Trayvon, dude, that's insane. I've known this story, but every time I hear it's absolutely insane. You come from a family of athletes, so how did that inspire you?
Um, well, shoot, athletics really was kind of like a safe haven. For me. My pops really wanted my life, and he played football, so I didn't really know too much of his background like that until I got older. My mama ran track, so I mean that kind of fed into kind of the fuel to keep going. Obviously, because she did it. Um, but yeah, I was more of a football person first than anything. When I noticed that I wasn't getting as big as everybody else with football, I was like, okay, maybe I just need to focus on track. And once I started getting faster and faster, I'm like, okay, obviously I made the right decision. It just kind of kept progressing. So yeah, for me, sports, I guess it was the calling for me to be able to do what I'm doing so I can fulfill the purpose that I have now.
Let's talk about faster and faster because you're the first junior to break the 10-second barrier in the 100 meters. Like,
Hmm.
what was going through your mind when that happened?
So I honestly think that was the first time I actually experienced like faith bigger than just people speaking about Christ and having belief. It took somebody else to believe in me more than me believing in myself to go out there and perform. It was a coach over the Florida team at Great Southwest, and he was talking to me. He was like, "Hey, you could be the first high schooler to break 10 seconds." And I'm like, "Yo, do you not know how fast that is? Like, we talking about 9 to 9 seconds. Like that's what the pros are running and things like that." And he was just like, "Man, you could do it." And I'm just thinking like, yo, it's a whole sandstorm and all that had just blew past, and the weather wasn't right. It was cloudy at one moment. It was sunny one. It was just a lot going on with the environment. I'm just like, this is not the circumstances and environment I feel like a person like me could run 9 seconds in. And he was like, no, you can do it, you can do it. So I ended up praying right before the race, and yeah, it was like the rest was history. Once I came out of my drive phase, it seemed like the line was right there. And as soon as I leaned across the line, I was like, wow. I was like, okay, I'm for sure a believer now.
Man, that is insane. So you became this sensation at such a young age. What was that like for you to be so known so young?
It was interesting for me because obviously I come from a place where we don't really get a lot of eyes on us. Obviously, I come from the south side of St. Pete, where a lot of people don't make it out where we from. Like, and I stand by that word. Like, literally, it's not like a city that you just hear, oh, this person made it, that person made it. Like, we literally, I want to say the most hype my city has had really came from around our age group. You got me, you got Shaquem and Shaquille Griffin, Marquez Valdez, like, all the guys who make it to the league, and they all in like, we all the same age, like 20, 25, 26 years old. So, right, like in that age realm is really when, we started to get some buzz, even obviously going a little bit on top of like Raw Wave and on like right now is the era for our city. But before then, like we didn't really have no eyes on us. So actually getting some attention, it kind of was weird for me because I've never been the kind of guy that wanted it. Like it's never been something for me. Like I can care less about the fame and notoriety because I never had it. So I never been the person that was kind of hyper happy about the attention. I'm like, shoot, I don't come from material things and having the limelight on like going to like the best high schools and stuff like that. Like I never had that. So I don't seek for that even in the position now. So when I got it, it was actually kind of weird to me. So I swayed away from it. Like I'm like, I don't really care about being on the cameras, and people could tell through even just like facial expressions. Like I'm just like, man, I don't really know what to say, or it's like, what I mean, what you want. Like, I'm just here to really run. Like, it's nothing really I can express more than that. Like, I just really want to be able to do what, God has given me the talent to do.
So crazy because you got such a personality, man.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like, me being me it's it's kind of guarded in a sense, because I don't, like I said, it's not that I don't like showing the world who I am, because I definitely like being me in front of everybody. Like I don't sway away from that. It's just I never cared for the cameras and all. Like it just never, like I said, it's never been me. Like growing up on the South Side, if you was on camera, it was probably something bad on the news. Like it wasn't like, oh, uh this guy, he won the spelling bee or something like that. Like it was never nothing like that. So we didn't grow up in an
Yeah.
environment where it was just all this, and it's sad to say, it wasn't just all this positivity. So if a camera was in your face, you probably was talking about somebody that then got killed, or a shooting or a robbery, things like that. So I wasn't a fan of the camera. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And everything. So when it came to actually having some attention, I'm like, I don't like it. I'm like, for what? Like, why do the world want to see me now? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I come from a place where it seemed like nobody cared to see us. So it's like it's not something that I seek. I want to just come and handle business and move on from that. So like I said, people, like I can perform in the limelight, but I don't seek the limelight, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like I go and handle my business, then I'm I'm gone. Like simple as that.
No, that definitely makes sense. That very understandable. So now you're in high school, you've run well, now you're starting to get recruited.
Mm,
So what was that process like having coaches come to you? Because I know you had a whole bunch of coaches coming at you, trying to knock on the door,
mm.
blowing up your phone. What was that process for you like?
For me, it was a lot different because I didn't see myself going to college. Obviously,
Mm,
like I said, we lived in a situation where it's only in my family, it's only shoot what one person besides me that got a like got a college or had a college degree at the time, which was my uncle, only male in the family that had one. So, for me, it really wasn't something that I seen visually, like, and not in the sense of it being a wrong thing. Like it's plenty of people out in the world that don't have degrees that has became very successful. But obviously for me, I was just like, I didn't see myself going to college. It wasn't something that my friends was doing and none of that. So I was just like, okay, let's see where it go. Once my grades and stuff came back in the college scene, a lot of colleges backed off a lot more. Before, believe it or not, colleges wanted me, but they didn't gravitate towards me very heavy, only because they seen me being from the state of Florida. They're like, okay, he's either gonna go to Florida State or UF. Like obviously UF is always in the mix of everything. So they just like, oh yeah, Holloway is gonna get him regardless. Like it ain't even no
yeah.
reason for us to try. Especially like schools like, like Oregon, for instance, like all the way on the West Coast and all these other. So they
Yeah.
like, why would we fly all the way over there when we know Mouse probably gonna get him? Like,
Yeah.
or or Ken probably gonna get him at Florida State. Like that's what they was thinking. From what I was hearing from like out and about from the grapevine. But yeah, but once my grades actually came in, people in the colleges was really like, oh yeah, it's no way for us to get this kid in. Like he don't even have the grades, which like I said, I didn't care about school like that.
Yeah.
Uh so when that came about and Coach Ford, we reached out to Baylor. I was like, something just stood out for Baylor for me. And I'm just like, maybe it was God saying I need to go to a Christian school, get my life together. So once we reached out to Coach Ford, we spoke, and yeah, he worked with me. He said what I needed to do to just get accepted in, if we write the letter to get me accepted. And we did that. I went to a lot of summer programs and stuff like that to try to take classes, and we ended up getting a lot of grades accepted to where I can go get into the school. So that was pretty much the upside of it. And the crazy thing is, a lot of people don't know, like I didn't get accepted into school until like the first day of school. So I think at that time it was, when was it? I want to say it was like August 22nd or 24th, one of them. Like I got accepted the day like school started because we were still at Pan Am's in Columbia, and I got accepted like the day of the finals. Like I was going into the finals in Columbia, and we had got a call right before. I want to say it was probably like 20 minutes before call, and it was like, yeah, Trey got accepted into Baylor, and I was like, well, shoot, I'm good now. So yeah,
Wow.
like it's crazy how time, time shows itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everything's in his timing, and we know
Yeah,
that that is
of
definitely
course,
shown time and time again.
of course.
So now that you actually, I want to know, what was your transition like? Because I know that had to be a little bit different transitioning. One, you've now moved
Mm.
states. You went from Florida to Texas. What was that transition like for you going from high school to college?
For me, like to be honest, like I tell people like this all the time. I'm a very serious person, especially when it comes to my craft and my time. So when I got to Baylor, I told them, I said, look, let y'all know this is a huge sacrifice for me. I've been out of the state of Florida to race a couple times, but I never left like that. And obviously with my mom being my only parent, I'm like, look, I'm leaving my city, I'm leaving my mama behind, everything. And I told this to Coach Ford, and I told this to my weight coach, Coach Roof. And I told him, I said, if we can't get things done and make me great, I'm leaving. Like simple as that. Like, and it wasn't in a sense of me feeling like I was the best. I looked at it like this, like you're getting the kid that has nothing. So I'm going to give y'all everything out of me to make something. And I need y'all to pretty much give me y'all's word that we gonna handle business. And if y'all can't, then I will go somewhere else. Like because we don't have time to waste. And I think that kind of put me in the sense of like respect for, like they gave me the respect in the sense of like saying like, okay, this kid is serious. Like he's not like some of the kids that come in that's just like, oh, I'm happy to be in college. Like,
Yeah.
cool, I'm on the team. Let's have fun. College experience. Like I told her, I said, look, I don't have I literally have little to nothing. I said my mama worked day and night to try to provide and keep lights on and things like that. Like this ain't no movie script. Like this is real life. I said,
Yeah.
y'all took me away from my family because y'all said I was special. Like, let's make something happen. Like, I don't want to come here and regret leaving my city because I could have been left alone back home. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I take every situation serious, and I think that built our relationship that I've had with Coach Ford and Coach Rue, because I still talk to those guys on the daily. Still to this day is like a family now because of building that respect and them seeing that I'm not like the average person. Like they just didn't see that in me. So the transition was pretty smooth. It was just hard work and dedication.
I mean, we can see that you definitely you took your craft very serious. I mean, you come out, you won the 100 title in the 2014 NCAA championships. We move on to 2015. You're still a collegiate athlete technically. You've now made the world team. Um, you also ran with Andre, and you guys kind of battled it out. How was your college career? How do you feel about your college career and also making it to such a high level while technically still a collegiate athlete?
I thought it was cool. I felt like it showed people that you can pretty much reach any caliber of level in this sport thing, no matter the age. Because I feel like people come into college thinking like, oh, I'm the young person. I'm not supposed to win or I'm not supposed to do well. And I feel like that's just a weird way of thinking. I'm like, if you got the opportunity to be in this position, why not feel like you got an opportunity to be the best? So I came in just thinking like, man, look, I just want to attack the situation. Like I always been the type of guy that felt like I wanted to beat the odds because the odds was always against me. So when it came to my freshman year and going to my sophomore year, I felt like I proved to people that the odds don't matter. Like the naysayers don't matter. The doubts don't matter. Like handle your business and what's for you is for you regardless. So I felt like my time at Baylor was well spent. Like I did everything I could. Like if I'm being honest, it really was nothing else I could have done. I feel that I came in, I ran 992 as a freshman. That was crazy. And then that next year, even though I didn't do it in college, later on in the summer, I went 9.8. Like I feel like what more was it to do in the sense of being a collegiate athlete? Like who's to say, yeah, I could have came back another year and won, like cool, but what would that have done for me? Like I would have got a collegiate record, okay, or I don't know what would have happened, but it's like I said, I'm not the material or type of person or the stat chaser. Like I'm not like, oh, I want to get to college. I want to break all the records. I want to no, I came here to get developed. I feel like I take colleges in the sense like an internship, like for a job.
Yeah.
You leave high school, this is your internship to become a pro athlete. Like that's literally how I took it. If things came into play where I broke a record or I won a title, cool. But this is all development to go to the next level.
I like that outlook on that, especially this is your internship, because it really is. It definitely is that. It's setting you up to see if you can continue on as a professional. I enjoy that. You and Andre, man, you guys were battling it out. You guys, y'all were the modern USain and Justin. What kind of how did you look at that? Did you think anything of that, or was it just another day for you?
I think it was all media, yo. Like I feel like media made it more intense than what it was. But like again, like I said, I feel like I didn't care too much to figure out if this was what it was. Like, oh, is he really cool with me, or is it really beef on the track? I never cared about that type of stuff. Like I feel like it's always media that builds this anticipation of a rivalry and things like that. So I didn't really think too much of it. I'm like, we just two guys that's running. Like that's just the God honest truth.
No, running well. Okay.
Yeah.
So this now leads us into 2016. You make it onto the 2016 Olympics. You're representing Team USA in Rio. You obviously got injured. What was that experience like? And because I know it was a lot of controversy. I think I remember hearing you were a little injured prior to that, right?
Yeah.
You were injured prior to that, and I know it was a lot of controversy. People were probably in your ear telling you, oh, you shouldn't compete, you should probably just not, or you should compete, go ahead. What was that like for you? Because I know that's a very tough position to be in.
Yeah, I mean, it's naysayers, doubters. Like I said before, that's something that you're gonna deal with regardless if you're healthy or not, regardless if you're successful or not. So one thing about me, I never really cared about what people had to say, especially when it's negative. If it's not anything positive, I just brush it to the side because what people gotta understand, once again, like I say, where I come from, me not running in the Olympics would have done more harm than me going out there and getting hurt like I did. Like I said, it was an experience that many people from my city or even many people around the world don't have an opportunity to witness. So me taking in my pride, like, oh, I'm not going to be able to be the winner, so I'm not going to run. Like, I feel like that'd have been selfish of me and the opportunity to just back out, even when I know deep down I didn't want to, because I'm like, I'm in pain, I don't want to run. But I'm like, man, what is it going to do for the kids that, are watching back home or the kids that's watching around the world? Like I feel like what I will be teaching them is that in the biggest of moments, give up. And that's not what I want to represent. So for me, it was block out the naysayers, have a good time, take in the experience, and whatever comes from it, comes from it.
So when you guys were about to run, I know you guys had a conversation. I know you guys talked about this. So now you guys are about to run this 4x1. What was that conversation like for you guys?
We honestly didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything. Y'all didn't have nothing to say.
Like I honestly, we just went out. Like everybody got their stuff. We went to all the call rooms and we went out. Like nobody said really anything. We was just like, hey, just run.
We here, let's go run.
Yeah, like it wasn't nothing said. Like I literally.
I love it. Okay, so now you've had this injury. You've been dealing with it for a while. How have you been? What did what has been the steps for you to get to where you are now? You're now back. You seem very healthy. If you seem healthy in my eyes, and I ain't gonna say nothing else. You seem healthy. So, so what was the process, and what were the steps to get you back to where you are now?
Seek God. That's the only process. Just follow faith, follow the path. I feel like me personally, my spiritual life is what got me back here. No amount of money, I definitely think God has bestowed things upon my heart, people around me. My coach Raina, he's given everybody a tool to help rebuild this somewhat, in a sense, a legacy to the situation. Because like I said, I'm not looking at my life in track and field as a state of wanting to win something material, but the impact that it's gonna have on people around the world. And I feel like me finding myself in my spiritual life is what brought me back. Like I said, I spent thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars all over this world trying to figure out why I wasn't healing faster, or why wasn't I doing, getting back to my usual ways, and nothing worked. So one day I was just like, hey, God, use me how you want. Like if it's the end of this thing, it is, but just guide me because I don't know what to do no more. So once I did that and I started just tuning into the Bible more and taking up counseling and being in Bible study groups, everything just started to unfold itself. And he makes promises to that, in the Bible throughout it. Like he promised us this, seeing his glory and seeing his work. So he's making me a firm believer in everything that he say. And I think that's the real true pathway to success. And it's not the success of winning something material or getting things material. It's the ultimate success to be in his kingdom. And you see that, like he tells us in the Bible, as it is in heaven, as it is on earth. Like he's showing me what life with him is like. And that I don't have to worry about nothing. So I feel like that's something that a lot of people, I feel, should take into consideration. Like it's a higher purpose than what we really think we are trying to fulfill.
And that is beautifully said. And I've told you this before. Like you literally exemplify what Crazy Faith stands for, and it's so amazing. And just I haven't talked to you in a long time, so hearing you speak this way, it's beautiful. I love it. I want to get into 2020. We had a very strange year. Everybody in the world dealt with a very strange year. How was 2020 for you?
2020 was good. Definitely didn't start off the way I wanted to, which, like I tell people, especially with making this transition into strength, the strength in my faith and becoming closer to God, there will always be tests. I mean, there will always be signs that even the most righteous are sometimes just blinded and don't see. And what people got to realize, I had to still work on a lot of things, even for myself, before God said, okay, I'm gonna relinquish all this pain and we're gonna start building back up. And oh Lord, my dog barking. And, so for me, I was like, okay, I had to fix some things and get my mind wrapped around the true purpose of what my life is supposed to be. And once I did that, it seemed like the practices started getting better, strength started getting better, and we started running a lot more efficient in practice. Didn't see like no hiccups or no ups and downs like I did prior. And once it came time to race in the summer, it was like everything was coming together. Like running the 10-0 into the 9-9 and one day to 9-8, it was like, okay, it's here, it's back. Everything is pretty much on path with where I left it in 2016, but kind of reformed and better. In the words Michael Todd, transformed in a sense. So
Yeah.
like I just I take in consideration of 2020 kind of being more so of a rebirth process for me, not for the track wise, but just my life in general. Uh yeah, like it was more just personal than business.
Nice, nice, nice. Definitely, I think 2020 was for a lot of people a year of growth and personal growth. I know for me, it definitely was. It taught me a lot. It taught me that, everything doesn't go as planned, and you can't control that. You have to literally put your faith in him and let him handle it. So now we're in 2021 and you have been burning up the track, man. You've been doing so well. It makes me happy to see. I don't even, I would ask what's been going through your head, but
I'm gonna give you the same answer.
yeah,
I'm gonna say I'm gonna give you the same
I
answer.
already feel like I know this answer, and I'm excited to see what else you have in store. Are you gonna be running the 200 at all?
Uh, I'm not sure, honestly. We definitely train for it. It's like shoot, it's been a couple meets indoors where I asked could I run, but like I said, right now we just so focused on remolding myself into a different athlete. Obviously, when you get an injury, you'll never be the same as you was before. So now you have to get adjusted to this new you, and that's where that's the process that we in now. Like I feel like we set a foundation last year, and now we're putting different pieces of the puzzle, where they need to be. And right now I feel like we taking the right steps. So everything is looking good going into this outdoors.
Definitely. I'm excited. I can't tell you enough. I'm so glad to see you back. I told you the track missed you, man. We missed your fun personality. We missed having you around, especially on Team USA. So we're glad to have you back. Um, Trayvon.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the fun question.
Okay.
Done
Well,
with track.
oh Lord.
You look scared. Don't look so scared, man. No. Okay, so
Like,
I know you used to dabble in music. So are you still interested in doing music? Are you still dabbling in it? Have you just kind of pushed that to the side? Where does that stand with
y'all are in my studio, so
you?
yeah. I
Okay.
still do some.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that's exciting. Okay. So you gonna be dropping a project anytime soon? Do we get any news on that? Can you
I mean, I got stuff that, like I said, I use music in the sense of like, I guess therapeutic. Like I get a lot of my thoughts out. So some stuff I actually don't want to share is more so just like self counseling for me, like self evaluation, just talking about stuff and hearing it and like, okay, what I done been through, how I done overcame it. Some stuff I do have that I'm gonna drop. Yeah, it's just right now I'm just really just being patient, taking my time. When it's time to release it, I release it. And if I don't, it is what it is. Like I said, my main purpose is just getting the word out. But nah, yeah, I'm still in it. Like it's funny. I actually just bought a piano tonight, so I'm
did
actually gonna
you
set that up.
really?
Yeah, so I told myself I want to learn how to play.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to learn how to play. I feel like it's soothing too, so I
Yeah,
wanted to
no,
get
that's
into it.
definitely soothing. I always want to learn how to play the piano, but you see I have claws, so
Yeah, I mean,
that's
hey, you make it work some way somehow. Y'all still be on y'all cell phones and stuff. So I don't know how y'all do it, but hey, y'all are making it
hey,
work.
if I decide to do it, you'll know because the nails are coming off. I just don't think that the nails and the piano go hand in hand. So
Hey, you might be able to hit both of the keys, the top key and the bottom key at the same time. Maybe. I don't know. I tell people like this. I feel like it's dope to learn how to play an instrument because that's a talent. Like the
yeah,
piano is probably the hardest thing to learn how to play, that in the organ, but I, I was like, shoot, we ain't got nothing but time. Like I said, our time here on this earth is limited. Why not try to learn something? So
yeah, learn something new. So who are your musical influences?
mm, that's see, like I said, I like music, but I don't think I'm that deep in to be like, oh yeah, Tupac, Biggie, like nah, I ain't deep into where I feel like, oh yeah, they make like I always told people if it came down to me choosing, I say Chance the Rapper. Like
Mhm.
he definitely like my favorite artist just for what he stand for, how he is. I feel
That's a
like
good one.
I feel like me personally, he's like me in the rap game. Like I feel like he like, look, I'm here, but I represent something bigger than myself, and I'm not trying to be like nobody else. Like you ever know, like Chance the Rapper not at concerts and all these
Yeah,
chains and designers. He wear a white tee and jeans and his 3 hat. You know what I'm saying? Like so
always. Yes.
that reminded me of myself because like for instance like my boy Adam, my teammate and my friend of mine Adam Jamili, like when we met, I want to say it was 2015, one of them. Like what I got on right now is exactly what I had on then. Like it was funny. Like I want to say last year, I said, Adam, bro, like haven't I not been the same person that you met? I said I'm still the young black kid with the hat on with the hoodie. Like that's always
Always.
gonna
Yeah,
be
that
me.
is a
So
fact. You definitely are.
so I'm like, I'm not gonna change that. Like I'm not trying to be somebody else. Like I grew up like this. Like I even got pictures from when I was like in the 6th grade. Like my school picture, I got a hoodie on. Like this always been me. Like I should have been Trey Boogie with the hoodie. Like that should have been me. Like because I
Why
wear
was I just gonna say that?
like I literally wear hoodies all the time. If you go in my closet, like it's disturbing. Like my mom was like, "Do you got any regular clothes?" Like, no. You want to get me something for a birthday or a holiday? Get me a jumpsuit. Give me a hoodie and sweats. Like that's really just what I wear.
That is definitely Trayvon because I don't think that I can really
I'm
think of
telling
a
you.
time when you don't have a hoodie on.
If I have on a different outfit than that, like it better be one mind blowing occasion. Like it has to be like I gotta wear a suit or something, or I don't know. Like me not
Huh.
wearing a hoodie is very, very hard to even think about.
I'm really over here trying to think, and I'm just like, nah. The only time that I haven't seen you in a hoodie is at the track,
Stay
on the
tuned.
track, about to
Stay
run.
stay tuned. That's all I'm gonna say. Stay tuned.
Oh Lord, I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
stay tuned.
Um, actually, let me backtrack to some track stuff really quick because you're known for your shorts on the
Mm,
track as well.
mm.
Um, what made you decide to do the shorts instead of the spandex? And is that something that you're stuck in and that's something you'll always do or little
So
superstition?
I actually stopped wearing the shorts only because when I signed with New Balance, like the shorts was a lot different from when I was at Baylor. They was definitely a lot shorter, and I ain't trying to, I ain't be trying out here flashing people. Uh, so the shorts came into play off a bet. My freshman year, my big bro Tiny Everett Walker, he was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna wear the shorts. I'm gonna wear the shorts. I'm like, nah, that ain't it. I said, bro, that's not it. I don't know about that. I said, I don't know how that's gonna look to society. Like you out here running in the girl shorts. He's like, no. It's funny because he from Dallas, like he from the hood Dallas. He like, no, man. Like, man, I'm straight. Like, I'm straight. I'm like, all right. I said, bro, like you wearing the shorts. I don't know. He was like, he's like, how about this? I run 10 one or faster. You gotta wear the shorts in the 200 because I opened up in the 200 instead of 100. I said, all right, bet. I said, you do it cool. I'm thinking in my head, like, he ain't gonna run 10 one or faster. I'm like, I ain't worried about it. So he go out there and drop like 10, like I think like 10:09 wind data. And then obviously if it's under 4.0, it count in college. So I was like, dang. And he was like, yeah, go get the shorts. I'm like, oh, dang.
Go get the shorts.
So I tried to lie. I was like, yeah, man, these shorts too big. They too big. I can't wear them. It was like, oh, we got other sizes. I'm like, God, yo. So I ended up getting the shorts, and now I went out there and dropping a wind date at 20.1. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna wear the shorts for the rest of the season now. Like, because
Oh my
obviously,
goodness.
obviously they working for me. So yeah, they didn't fail me. Like what people don't understand with the shorts, you got knee lift out of this world when you wear them for some reason. I was like, oh my God. So I started wearing them. But yeah, once I signed with New Balance, because obviously they started off as like distance, a
Yeah.
distance brand. So all their shorts are really like catered to the smaller guys and smaller people because
Yeah.
obviously they like I think they was telling me like the reason why they don't really wear the tights is because they are a lot smaller than sprinters and most athletes that's in like the speed events and things like that because we built different. So the tights are a lot baggy. So they like, well, shoot, we just put them in the split shorts,
Mm.
So when I got mine, I was like, no. I'm like,
No way.
if I bend over, it's over. Like I don't think this is gonna work. So we kept trying to rebuild and reconstruct some like short, like longer shorts and stuff like that. So while going through the motions, obviously in the middle of the season, we couldn't just have our focus on this. Like, we got to get things done so we can run fast. So this upcoming season, like we definitely on reconstructing on the shorts to try to make them a lot lengthier and a lot appropriate. So, we ain't out here. Yeah.
So we on the lookout for the shorts again.
Yeah, I definitely want to bring them back. That's not the shorts, not the shorty ones.
All right. What is your dog's name, Trey?
So I actually just bought another dog today. The first dog, that's Mocha. Call him Lil Mo. And I just got my other sheepoo, Coco. He Lil Co. So yeah, my boy, Lil Mo and Lil Co. So Lil Co, he actually down there in his cage with a cover over because he losing his mind. So we trying to get him to go to sleep. Yeah.
Ain't no sleep.
No, we put him in the cage, and when I tell you he started freaking out, I said, "Get the cover.
Aww.
Get the cover.
Get the cover.
Get the cover." He will be going to bed because I'm not trying to hear all that barking when I'm trying to sleep. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with right now. Lil Cole losing his mind. I mean, he's only 2 months, so he's a baby.
Yeah,
he's still a baby. Okay. So
good luck with that.
Even when I got Mocha, I got Mocha when he was about 4 or 5 months. And he still, for the first week, he barking whenever he had to get put in the cage until I was just like, bumping, bro, I'm gonna let you sleep outside the cage. If you pee, yeah, that's it. But he did good. He, obviously the hardest part is when you got carpet, because they think carpet is the grass and stuff like that. But once he got paddled a couple times, he is in a black household. You know what I'm saying? After he got paddled a couple times, he realized, he like, okay, this ain't grass, and he don't like that. So
it's not grass.
Yeah, we got on the regimen. We ain't had no problem since. So like I ain't hitting him hard. It's just like, hey,
yeah,
you don't do that.
Hey, don't be doing that. Yeah. I got it.
Everybody need a whooping every now and then.
Every now and then. Hey, say it again.
Everybody need a whooping.
All right. I got my final 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
First question. If you were stranded on an island and you could only take 3 items with you, what 3 items are you bringing?
If I'm stranded on the island and I only get 3 items, what am I bringing? That's a good one. That's a good question. Ooh, I'm trying to give you the bomb answer. I'm not even capping. If I'm stranded on the island, that's a good question. I'm trying to think realistically, what could I bring? That's tough.
I got asked this question and I struggled so hard to think of items.
Can I ask this? Where's the island?
Okay. You know what? That's fair. Because there's some cold oceans. You're in the Atlantic. You in the warm waters. So you in a warm area.
I'm in the Atlantic. Where in the Atlantic?
Off in the Caribbean area.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying in between the U.S. and Europe. I'm like, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. So okay, we're a little down south. Okay, if we next to the Caribbeans, I'm gonna be real with you, and it might be an answer that a lot of people won't say. I would say, give me a drone, a bottle of water, and a memory card. The only reason why I say that is obviously you can live without food but not water. So I definitely need some water to keep me right. You can live without it longer. For the drone, I'm gonna record myself and fly it to the nearest location so they can come get me.
Get out of here.
I'm just saying, let's be real. If you're on an island that's close enough as far as let's be real. We've seen what these drones can do. How far they can go. I got a drone.
They go far.
In the sky. Literally, for real, I was flying it in Jack's Beach, and it was so high that I lost it. And then now they have the ones that's expensive, they will float around by themselves. So I'm like, okay, I will fly this thing to the next island. Somebody go get it.
Me.
I'm be like, look, help. Help me.
Help
I'm
me.
I'm here.
Okay. I
Cause
see what you're saying.
it's a button on mine that I can hit. Like, cause they come with some of them come with like a band or something that you hook to it because it'll follow you. You can
Yeah.
hit a button and it comes back to the sensor.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like they have put some
Okay.
money behind these drones. So I literally be
Yeah.
like, look, follow me. Look,
That's real advanced. Okay, I like that answer. I'm gonna have to let you have
that,
that. 'Cause that's
that's
a
why I
real.
said it depends on where the island is. Obviously, if we somewhere where it
Next
ain't
time I'm
no
gonna have to put you in the
civilization,
middle of nowhere.
yeah. See, that's why I asked. Now, if we in the middle of nowhere, yeah, give me a shovel, a tombstone, and a flower because I'm just gonna go dig my hole. Like what? Like people ask this question is like, what are you expecting people to say? Like that's why I asked, where am I? Because I feel like I'm gonna give a realistic answer that possibly could work. Like, hey, even if I'm being honest, I could have said, give me a bottle of water, give me a drone, and give me a marker. I could have wrote on the drone
On the
a
drone.
message. Look, hey, I am
I'm stranded.
this way, here,
Help.
there, come get me. You know what I'm saying? So boom. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm literally, everybody asks the question like, yeah, you're in the middle of nowhere. What do you expect me to do? I
Where?
only
You want to know my answer? I said a knife, some matches. What was the other thing I said? I can't remember the other one. It had to be something stupid.
but
Because
see,
I know
even
I
at that,
can't light a fire. And a
okay.
knife can help me kill things.
But if you're on an island, if you're on a strand, like if you stranded on the island, like see, that's another thing. I feel like people don't make this question as it's just so broad because it's like, okay, am I the only person and species on the island? Like, is it animals? Like, is it something that I can kill to eat to survive? Because if it's literally just meat and trees, like, what do you expect me to do? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, it's
Use your imagination. I mean, I guess it's wherever your mind takes you. That's why it's so open because everyone has different views on it.
shovel, tombstone,
A shovel.
flower. I'm digging my hole. It's nothing that I could possibly do. If I'm stranded on the island and there's nothing there, what do you you gonna throw the match in there? Who gonna see it? Like, you gonna have a knife, huh?
Start the fire.
You gonna carve your name into the tree? JT was here. Hopefully, if somebody come, yeah, I was dead 30
I'm
years
up
ago.
for you.
I'm just saying, like,
Hey, at least my memory's still there. And you know, trees be
yeah.
going for a long time. My little name's gonna keep growing up on that tree, okay?
That's bad too, because now they ain't gonna be able to see that. They ain't gonna be able to look up that high. So now it really didn't matter. You had those three things for no reason. Literally had it
Hey,
for no
I
reason.
feel judged.
I'm just saying. That's why I asked the question. I'm like, where am I? Am I close enough to civilization? If so, give me my marker, give me my water, and give me the drone. Hello, this is Trayvon Bromell. I am stranded on the island next to you all. Come here,
Hey.
follow the drone. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Like, help me.
You know what? I accept that answer.
Saying we
That was
gotta
that was a good one. The drone is a good one. You dug deep into that, and I like that.
I'm just saying we gotta think we in today's time. It ain't like you said, hey, we back in 1912 on an
I mean,
island.
my head went back to 1912, and
Yeah.
you
You
were
thought
in
you was finna cut
time.
down the tree and build the ark. I'm like, good luck, baby girl. You ain't gonna get too far. Look, we forgot Noah had God. He made that dirt like gorilla glue. You gonna try to use that sand, that boat gonna come right apart.
Right apart.
Look, I'm telling you.
All right. Final question.
All right.
All right. So out of all of the events in track and field, what group is the funniest?
What group? What you mean?
Like, you know, the jumpers, the throwers, the sprinters. You could even get specific. I've had someone say the 400 group specifically. Like, what group?
I don't know. Like you gotta think. I really ain't been on too many senior teams like that. Like I made 2015, 2016 in the world. I feel like I don't even count indoors because we ain't go nowhere. So I felt like, oh, back
You've
home,
been
I was just in
around
a
event
hotel.
groups, so because you've been around event groups in college, so you've been around,
Okay, so we implementing all that. Okay, see, that's hard. You say events, like, cause I feel like I only hang around the sprinters though. Like, I don't really be around, like,
you're
even in
boring.
college. I'm just saying, even in college, like, I wasn't around like other events like that.
Wow,
I ain't gonna
Trey.
lie. I feel like okay, I can say this, like at Baylor alone, I felt like the distance crew was always funny because, like, like sprinters and the distance and stuff, like nobody ever was with each other at the meets and things.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like going to like one of their house parties, you be like, y'all, wow, like y'all crazy, like
Hey, the
like.
distance group is always wild. That's a fact.
So that's what I'm saying. So I feel like for me, it'd be the distance group. I'll be like, because I was like interested. I didn't know y'all got down like this. Like, okay, y'all, wow. Like, so I definitely say
That's the
distance.
wild ones. Okay, that's
Distance
fair.
groups is always even on the pro circuit. Like I hear some like distance runners or even like field eventers like pole vaulters, and they be like, I was on the bus this past weekend. I'll be hearing some stuff like wait, what? Like what just happened?
They're sneaky funny. Okay,
I was like,
you
boy,
listen to them long enough, and you're just like, y'all are actually hilarious.
yeah, they like last week we was hearing it. I was like, oh wow, like that's what y'all did? Okay. Hey, y'all getting down. Okay. Like, so yeah, it's different. They a different breed.
Man, well, Trey, thank you so much for coming on, displaying your crazy faith. And like I said before, I'm glad to have you back. I'm excited to see what you do this season. And I know God's got you because you're just walking and it's just showing. So I can't wait.
He got all us. He got all us.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Crazy Faith podcast. Once again, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Agogie. With 8 resistance bands built in, Agogie's resistance pants have pioneered the resistance apparel industry, helping increase your training intensity and improving your overall performance. Get faster, get stronger, and it's as simple as putting on the pants. So once again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait for you guys to hear the next one. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and remember, maintain that crazy faith.